So this song is for the audience of one, Jack. Yeah. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. When you're on the Ramblecast and you don't have anything to say. All the things come to you. Everyone out there, I did not practice this at all. And I want to feel it too. On an island in the sun. Or I should have said, on the Ramblecast tonight. Anyway, easy song.
I noticed Chris was going to back get his dead headphones when you started singing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's your best one yet, but you know, Chris. Yeah. Can you hear us, Chris?
It could have been if I if I actually had practiced it a little bit.
Sherry said, "Oh, a song."
Yeah. Chris, you're muted, and I guess he's still fiddling with his headset. Yes. Anyhow,
Matt's away at least this week, maybe a second week. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, and then my house is currently 50 degrees. So
yay. Yeah, did you get the pipes? Did you get the pipes fixed or get that whole thing taken care of?
Nah, nothing's fixed. Yeah.
Did they come out and look at it?
I've had several different people come out. Like, so last Monday, the first plumber came out and he's like, "Yeah, this is beyond me." And so he recommended another guy he knew who was like a boiler / radiator expert.
Well, at least he was honest.
Yeah, and so that guy came out later that afternoon, and I was telling him how like the restorers were going to be out the next day. So he's like, "Okay, I'll come back in the morning." And he installed a few ball valves around the boiler to let like remaining water in the pipes drain out. And then he kind of got on to the restorers, like, "Hey, like, you need to put some heaters in here so we can thaw out the rest of the pipes and all these things." And then I haven't heard from them since.
Really?
The restorers, anyhow, like the boiler guys are pretty good. And then the insurance companies called me a few times, like with updates. And then some people come out today to take my personal items that were damaged, to see if they can fix them, like a few rugs and some frame stuff. And then they'll get back to me. But
and
I'm definitely
your Legos, they all survived. I know the box didn't.
Yeah, like that was the only one that was damaged. Like it was just the big Millennium Falcon that I had sitting down there in the box unopened. But I definitely loved the guy that came because he was like, "Oh," he goes, "So I see you had this Lego, but it was unopened. So I'm going to assume that was a collectible that you weren't going to open." And I just kind of, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah." So I would say that, yeah, you can get you another one of those. And then this is one that you can just play with. I was like, "Wow, I like you."
Well, how old did you think you were that you were going to play with it?
Well, he was roughly maybe a couple years older than me, but
you can play with it.
Yeah, but he was digging some of the stuff I had. So
Lord Helmet, were you playing with your dolls again?
No. Action figures.
I just watched the Seinfeld episode, season 9, where he gets the girl, drugs her, and so he can play with the toy collection.
But yeah, and then it's cool, and then I have a couple of floor heaters and that I kind of stick in here in the office or near my chair when I'm watching TV and get the fireplace going. So it can get the highest I've had it so far is 55. So
you have a real fireplace, right?
It's a gas fireplace, not a fireplace.
We have a gas one. I don't even turn it on.
Yeah, it puts enough heat out right there in that area, but it's never gonna heat the house.
What it does for us is it heats upstairs. Downstairs is cold. You smell the gas, and upstairs is baking. I don't think we've turned it on in 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
because I like a real fireplace. I like to burn stuff.
Yeah, we know you do, Jack.
Yeah, the house burns down. It burns down. That's part of life. But yeah, I don't like the gas fireplace. That's where they have it. It's on the side of here's the living room. Then you have the bonus room. It's on this in between the bonus room and the living room. I go, what the hell? So stupid. Of course, we bought the house. We bought the house. We were still in San Diego when we bought the house. It was like, Cindy had seen it, but I had never seen it.
I mean, it's weird in today's days though, because if you live in Tennessee, North Carolina, or south of there, you don't even need a fireplace really. Like if you light a fire, it's for looks, or it's Christmas Day or something.
What are you talking about? Sometimes it gets cold. It was 10 degrees here 3 weeks ago.
No, and now it's going to be 70 this week, right?
69, 70, and then back down to the 50s. It's I keep telling Cindy, I go, I don't think we're getting snow. I guess we had
snow for the first time this year, like this week, and it's just been like a dusting. Just kind of nice to see, but we haven't gotten shit.
Yeah, we had some snow flurries because when I moved out here, anytime there's a thunderstorm in the wintertime, they say within 10 days you'll have snow. And I'm like going, okay, I'm waiting. So the 10th day,
all right,
we got snow flurries. I go, does that count? And my wife goes, that counts. I go, that's bullshit. I go, I want snow if we're going to get snow. But anyway, I like it once a year. I like it good where it sticks to the ground. And we first moved here, we had snow, we had ice that, we couldn't move our car because it was so bad. Anyway, the Dallas Kickers missed 3 extra points.
I mean, can you call yourself a professional if you're missing that many kicks? You're getting paid.
I know. I was watching the Manning cast when they scored the first touchdown. The kicker missed, and they had Deion Sanders on. He goes, "Really? That's your only job is to kick extra points. Your only job." Now he's missed 3. Someone's got the under.
Ray Finkel.
Do you see the guy that bet on the Charger game?
Oh yeah, though.
27-0. He bet 1.4 million to win 11,000. I go
to win 11 grand. Like what? Are you doing?
I go first. You're an idiot. Who bets 1.4 million to win $11,000?
He came out ahead.
He lost.
Oh no, he lost.
He bet at the half.
Yeah,
on the 1 point whatever $1 million in the Chargers at the half, which
would win.
They should have won.
They should have obviously won. It's what's that old that saying? You're new here. You must be new here.
You must be new here. Yeah, Murphy's Law.
It's just like, I mean, again, I watched some of the game, then I watched an Aztec game, then I watched the end of the game, and I'm like going, they could lose this game.
If I was watching it at the half, I was like, this is boring. I went to bed. I was like, oh shit.
If I had still been a Charger fan, things would have been
mind.
Broken. I would have been in a bad mood. It's like the New England game in 2006, 7th season. I'm still not over that game. It still makes me mad. But now that I'm no longer a Charger fan, them losing was like winning the Super Bowl. And people go, I don't know how you can do that. Be so diehard 1 minute. I go, because I'm a loyal person and you stabbed me in the back.
Yeah.
So don't ask me to be loyal. But yeah, they choked it away. I was just, and Charger fans were on the, I'm no longer going to watch them anymore.
Oh, no kidding.
Well, obviously, they said, I'm no longer a fan. It's a waste of time. They think they keep saying, we're going to get Sean Payton. I'm like, no, you're not. The Chargers never go out and hire a big name coach because they want coaches they can push around. Not coaches that are going to argue with them, and they're not going to pay the money. So anyway, they're going to stick with Staley another year, and poor Herbert's career is going to go down the drain like Rivers' career did before that, and every other quarterback. But no, I enjoyed the game, and the playoffs have been pretty good so far, I thought.
Did you watch the the college national championship?
I was podcasting, and by the time I got to the game, it was like 7-40 something. I go, all right, I'm done. And you want to, as a fan of, I root for San Diego State. You want to see these small college teams. Not TCU's not a small, but they're not one of the big boys. You want them to see they don't have to win, but put up a good showing. But my God, it was like, Jesus Christ.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, they got there, but to lose that way,
they shouldn't have been there.
No.
Well, they got there. I mean, you got to put some of these smaller schools in there.
Yeah, well, that was the argument though with a lot of people was it's if you're a Cinderella story like that, and people are going to root for you, but then they lost their their championship in their the conference, their conference championship. So it's like, well, but they're like, well, they went, they still should be in there. And it's like, well, no, not really, because their strength of schedule wasn't that good. But it was a weird year for college football, I felt.
Well, they're supposed to go to 12 team playoff
in 2024.
Is it 2024? I think that's the way to go, because then, some of the smaller schools will get in there, but most likely the bigger schools, the Ohio State University, Alabama, Florida's, all the different schools will, again, there's so many bowl games. It's my thing would say, okay, play all the bowl games and then you have a playoff, but you don't.
They'll still have. Just the bowl game, the playoffs will be the bowl games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's going to be no more, because I know they finally laid the hammer down on the Rose Bowl, because the Rose Bowl was always the Big Ten versus the Pac-12 every year.
We're not gonna do it, but the teams were not as competitive.
Right. So they basically said, no, like, if you want to be part of this now, you got to let other teams in other than just those two conferences.
Yeah. So we shall see. It's just it's all about the money.
Oh yeah, always.
Have they started paying the college players yet? Do they get paid?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't get paid like by the university, I don't think, but they can get endorsements, they can sell like their likeness, they can do different things.
Which they should have been allowed to do all along.
Yeah, they get likeness licensing or some shit like that.
Okay.
There was one kid from, I forgot what school he went to, Kentucky maybe. He was on TikTok right after Christmas. He paid off his sister's tuition bill for college with his likeness licensing.
Again, they're putting their careers on the line. The head injury stuff. They should be getting something, and these schools make tons of money. The only problem is where the star player is going to go. They're going to go to Alabama. Right. They're going to go to.
To me, I don't agree. I agree with some of it, but I don't agree with a lot of it, because you get someone like the Manning kid, who I think is going to Texas. I think he got signed like $8 million before he's even had one snap, to go in as a freshman to Texas. It's like, that to me sets a scary, dangerous,
scary precedent.
Oh yeah,
precedent, because it's just, you don't know if he's any good or not. And then the kind of schools that they go to, are kind of catered to them in high school, so they don't get hurt and like they look good, and you don't know. It's like signing the Heisman Trophy winner in college and then he sucks in the NFL. You have no idea.
Yep. The Padres just signed a catcher from Venezuela who's 16 years old. They gave him $5.6 million.
What the?
I go, yeah, because catcher is like the hardest position because that's the position I was saying today on another thing Jay and I do, that's a position that your best players don't want to play that position because you don't last long.
Yeah, your knees.
It's a grueling position. It takes its toll. Your stats go down as the years go on. So this kid's 16, and they give him 5. I'm like going, well, I go, by the time
he's 28, he's going to be retiring.
Right. Yeah, but I go, by the time he makes the majors, be 20. I'll be 67 years old. My theory is that they signed him so they could trade him, because Preller likes to trade
his rights
prospects, and not right away, but they'll trade him somewhere down the road. Maybe he'll develop into a star. I don't know. And I said, holy crap.
But I'm always shocked, Molina for the Cardinals. He's a catcher, and he's lasted. I think he is the longest playing.
He retired.
He did retire, but I think he has the record now for the longest person playing.
Yeah, he kept going and going. There's some guys like Pudge Rodriguez that could just go on forever. But a lot of guys, you look at Johnny Bench, he was, he broke down. They tried to put him at third base, but he was just a mess by that time. So he had to retire. I wouldn't want to be I used to catch, but I wouldn't want to be a full-time catcher.
Johnny Bitch has that that blue cream, so he's good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
whatever it's called.
It was something for muscles, right?
Yeah, it's like blue emu or something, but it's blue something. I know that, and
I remember that.
Yeah, I was laughing at a recent Lewis Black bit where he was talking about, pharmaceutical companies advertising in America and how weird it is. He's like, did you know that William Shatner had sleep apnea? And it's like, and he wasn't properly cleaning his mask. But the best one is he goes,
nobody properly cleans their CPAP mask, by the way.
Right. Yeah. And then he goes, and then Cyndi Lauper has psoriasis.
Yeah,
which
dude,
totally,
you're hitting home, buddy. I am afflicted with both of these things.
Yeah.
I actually take Cyndi Lauper's fucking medication, Cosentix.
Then why aren't you on the? You should be on the commercials.
I know.
If you have both, it saves.
I got both. I have a CPAP machine. It's probably one of my number one most favorite pieces of technology that I own, and I also have psoriasis. And it's not bad now. It actually looks fantastic right now because I'm on fucking Cyndi Lauper's medication. That's why. Cosentix. I give myself 2 shots a month.
Why can't Chris have fun? Chris just wants to have fun.
That was the joke. Is that he goes. In Picture Lewis Black, Chris, I know you know his voice is like he's like Cyndi, he goes, and it's totally ruined her music for me because now all I think about was she itchy when she wrote the song? Yeah.
And Sherry and plantar fasciitis. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all fucked up.
Jesus Christ. I drive around. I don't know about your area, but I look at billboards and they advertise for which, like, go to Duke Hospital, go to you. I go, I'm going to go wherever my insurance goes through. Why are they wasting money?
Right.
And you see advertisement on, they advertise. I go, what the fuck? How about lowering the cost a little bit and not spending the advertising dollars?
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I would say 75%. I'm pulling that number out of my ass. I'm just making an assumption here, but 75% of our billboard space in Massachusetts goes to marijuana.
Well, nice. Well, at least
like
that's something.
Every other billboard is a dispensary because they're popping up like everywhere now.
Because they're money
incredible.
Makers.
Oh yeah,
that I don't have a problem with. But why are hospitals advertising? I literally don't have a choice. I mean, I go to the nearest, like when I go to the emergency room, I go to Wake Med, which is right down the street, and they like when I passed out that one time, they said, oh, "Okay, well, we're going to have to ship you to another hospital. Your insurance isn't covered here."
It's horse shit.
And so I go, come on, I can drive myself. No, we have to put you in an ambulance because we're responsible.
$375. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So whatever it was. And I just was like, okay. So I had to go to a UNC hospital, whatever it was. It's a load of crap. Of course, they did charge me a chunk of money because I was there for a while. And they did I did think they sewed up my lip. I think that's where I got sewed up. But anyway, it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Apparently everyone lost connection for about 20
I think
seconds.
Jackson controlled the feed and it's buffering. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not buffering, so the internet must be working right. So it's not me.
It's not me.
No, you definitely
it could. I'm skipping.
You did for a second.
Just for a second.
Then maybe it is me. I don't know.
Spanos net. Nice. So anyways, football has been kind of crazy. It sucks for most people, but it's been a couple crazy weeks. Like I fully expected the Buffalo Bills to come to New England and just demolish the Patriots. They won, no doubt, but they was not by the crazy margin that I thought it was going to be after what's his name being saying he was A-OK and Damar
Hamlin,
which thankfully he's all right. But I thought that was going to be like the fucking scene from Braveheart where he's coming out running like crazy and just beat the shit out of us. But never turned out that bad. But
the Bills are not playing the type of football they were playing early on. I think that I think Josh Allen, he hurt his elbow.
Yeah.
I don't think he's 100%.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than football,
I thought they would crush Miami. And they only won by 3. And you'd be proud of this. The Miami coach was caught vaping on the sidelines.
What's wrong with that?
He went like this. He went. that the camera stayed on him, so he was caught.
There was
vaping.
somebody in Congress doing that.
Is there something
last
wrong
week.
with vaping?
I don't know if you're supposed. You can't do it on a plane, so
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's on the middle of a field. Who cares? Like,
Technically, the people in the fans can't do it.
Oh.
You know.
yeah.
But hey, I have not vaped I haven't vaped nicotine in forever.
Well, I think the coach for Miami, I think he's high going into the games. Have you ever heard him interviewed?
No.
But they had the ball. They could have tied the game. They had to use all their timeouts because they kept getting delay of game penalties on the final drive.
Mm.
They kept saying, well, you have a rookie quarterback. I don't care. He can tell time. There's a big clock that tells you how much time you have to snap the ball.
That's pretty huge.
So anyway, I didn't go for that excuse.
Once again, he's professional. I mean,
you're getting paid. Get your ass out. You have 40 seconds once the play is stopped to get the play in. I don't know. They had it 4th and 1, and they got called for delay of game. I go, you're going to do a quarterback sneak. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have to stress out anymore. I don't have a team, so I just enjoy football and enjoy seeing the Chargers choke. Bengals, Ravens. Ravens have a good defense, but Lamar Jackson said, nope, not playing. Not playing. My knee hurts, so I'm not playing. You know what he was doing. He didn't want to play. I hate to say that because maybe it's true, but he didn't want to play because he wants a big contract and he wasn't going to risk an injury. Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Who knows? I don't know. I did see a movie.
What'd you see?
I saw The Pale Blue Eye with Christian Bale.
Okay.
Nick didn't. I didn't think it was too bad. I thought it was.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I was wrong on who did it, except when I go. Oh wait, I'm spoiling, but I go.
They all did it.
I go. There's like 25 minutes left. What's going? I at one point I said.
Right.
I almost said, okay, this is the person that did it. I go. No, I'm going to say this person. So I stuck with that.
Oh,
thought I was right.
We should probably set this up a little bit because Chris probably doesn't know what the movie. So it's a Netflix movie. It's a Netflix movie with Christian Bale, and there's a few other actors in it that you would recognize. And it's I
didn't know that was Julian Anderson.
Yeah.
Until I was writing this. I go, oh, that was her. I had no idea. I recognize Robert Duvall.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised Robert Duvall took that role. It's such a small role for him. He's friends with the director, so that's.
He's also 150 years old, so.
Yeah. I gotta get some. Why am I out? Wrong movie there, Robert.
Basically, Chris, and for everyone listening, it takes place in probably the 1840s, and
I thought it was 1830.
Could be. I don't know. I didn't remember the year, but anyway, and it's at West Point Military Academy, and a murder has happened, and they get murder, but they get Christian Bale to come and investigate, like who did it.
He's an ex-detective.
Ex-detective, yeah. And you kind of get into like, and the thing is, it's weird is like his person who's helping him is like a young Edgar Allan Poe, and which I don't really know why they chose to include him in this movie, but whatever.
My internet is slow.
Interesting.
And anyway, but like my issue with the movie is that it's extremely slow. It does have a good ending, but it's just kind of like get on with it. But yeah, see, like even Sherry, like she struggled to watch it as well. Yeah.
Well, what Cindy and I did, we started it late, and then stopped, went to bed, and woke up the next day and finished it because we wanted to know who done it.
Right.
I didn't think I wasn't. It wasn't like I was overly excited with it, but yeah. At least it was a whodunit that threw it out there that they had clues of who did it.
Mm.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of these things that came out. Well, how the hell did that person do it? Because a lot of movies do that just to throw you off and just say, "Oh, we got you." No, if it's a whodunit, I want clues of that person could possibly have done it, and the clues were there the whole time. I just refused to back off my original. My wife goes, "Oh, you were wrong." I go, "Yeah, I was wrong." Second time I was wrong. The other time I was wrong was February 25th, 1989. I always throw that at her face. That's my anniversary.
All right.
Can't be perfect. But yes, I was wrong.
Did I send
Sherry,
you?
the last 8 minutes was good.
Did I send you guys that meme? It was really funny. It was two guys telling each other a joke, and it said, "Why do women close their eyes in the middle of sex? Because they can't stand seeing a man have a good time."
So good. That's so good.
That's pretty good. I like it. I have never heard that.
So we talked a little bit about this last show too, because you guys talked a little about the whodunit movies and whatnot. But I want to go back to talk real quickly about White Lotus, which is a show that I mentioned that I was watching last time.
Mm-hmm.
I have since finished watching the first season, and I'm about halfway through the current.
Is it really good?
Season. It is really good. Like, you know, it's one of those things where you say you knew who did it, like right out of the gate. Like that was kind of like your problem with the shows you were watching. With both seasons thus far, the way they do it is that there's no way to tell who did it.
Are there?
But you also don't know who they did it to, right? So you know that somebody, like in both seasons, both the first season and the second season, you get kind of like the reveal of somebody dying, but you don't see who it is, you don't know who it is, and then you immediately rewind back in time like a week or two, right? So it's a whodunit, but you don't know who did it. You don't know who they did it to until the very end of the first episode, first season, and the end of apparently for the second season as well. So it's kind of like a double whodunit type of situation, which I think is actually a really cool approach to a show. And the acting is really good, you know. So they've got in this second season, Jennifer Coolidge returns. As you can see, she's been all over the place. And if you watch the Golden Globes, she kind of fucking spoils it, which I was pretty pissed about when I was watching it. But she gave a real heartfelt speech when she won the Golden Globes. But they do a really good job. And the second season takes place at like another one of the White Lotus resorts. This one happens to be in Italy.
So there's two murders?
Yeah.
Each
so
season?
It's two different seasons, right? So like the first season, it starts off where you're in the airport with this guy who's on his way home from Hawaii, and he's talking to people in the airport. I heard somebody died, blah, blah, blah. And where's your wife? You just got married, because his wife isn't there with him at the airport. And you hear somebody die. So there's all these like, could this be misdirection? Who knows? And then in the second season, it starts off with one of the main characters is on the beach. Oh, nice. Mandalorian trailer. I gotta check that out too. I'm gonna meet these guys as well and watch that in just a second.
Rick Price said I 100% just muted you all to watch the Mandalorian trailer.
Always professional here at the RC.
Yeah, you know. But the second season starts off with one of the main characters who's on the beach on her last day of vacation, and she's by herself, and she's on the beach, and she goes in for one last swim, and she swims up on a dead body. And then there's apparently multiple dead bodies. And that's when the season opener kind of starts. And it rewinds back in time, and you're meeting all these characters as you go.
You said she's the only one on the beach?
No, she's not the only one on the beach, but she's on the beach on her last day of vacation. And she's like,
is there a lifeguard present?
No.
So the lifeguard didn't see the dead bodies?
I don't know, Jack. It's a fucking TV show. But in the second season, they brings on Aubrey Plaza from from Parks and Rec, who I've never seen her in anything other than Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah, you have. You've seen Scott Pilgrim and
oh shit, yeah,
she's in Scott Pilgrim, and she's in some other things I've seen. But yeah,
well, I think I saw Scott Pilgrim before Parks.
Yeah, before Parks and Rec. Yeah,
I didn't put two and two together there. But anyways, it's cool to see her in this role.
She's a little wacky.
Yeah.
Well, she plays the same character in everything she does. Just about.
I think that's who she is.
And then what's his name?
I think
what's his name from the Time Traveler's wife? I can't think of his Theo. He's got two first names. Theo Johns. Theo James. He's one of the characters, and Jennifer Coolidge makes a return. But so far, halfway through,
how long are the episodes?
Hour each. Yeah, they're
hour each, and it's 10 episodes.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, man, and this season's on Scott. What's his name from The Sopranos? Christopher from The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the characters in it. Great. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. I would definitely go watch it. I haven't even finished watching it. I think the season's great too. So give it a shot for sure.
All right, I never did finish.
Don't watch Jennifer Coolidge's acceptance
Well,
speech.
I saw some of it, but
she
I didn't really
spoils
pay
the show.
attention because
I didn't even know the Golden Globes were on until
I know.
A lot of people did. A lot of people didn't.
I mean, I don't care anymore, really, but it was kind of a weak year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Kwan. Watching him win was pretty awesome, though. For Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yes,
I have to watch. I still haven't watched that movie.
It's a good one. Yeah,
it's a really good movie.
I mean, it's Chris and I know talked it up a lot, but it explains a multiverse way better than anything Marvel's done.
Yeah.
But it's just you're going to be confused a bit, Jack, especially in the beginning, but then eventually it will make sense.
I can't believe the lead actress in that is 60 years old.
Yeah, and she
She's
can still
amazing.
kick our ass. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, she can kick everyone's ass according to her.
Yeah, she said that in her speech too, right?
Again, the award shows. Why do we play the music? Let them fucking have their minute, their moment, and if it goes a little long, it goes a little long.
Yeah,
that's not the problem with award shows, right?
Jack, it is so good, says Sherry. I'm assuming she's referring to White Lotus.
I thought she was eating ice cream or something. Yeah. Maybe she had a banana split. It's so good.
Yes, check out White Lotus. And I think once I finish watching White Lotus, I might just get rid of HBO Max because there's really no need to have it.
No.
What about that new show?
New show. You got to watch it, Chris. It's a good first episode. Last of Us.
Oh, about the video game?
Yeah, video game. And it's probably one of the best video games shows I've seen ever.
So, yeah, I did read something about that. I never played the game, but I did read somewhere but they said that they are covering nothing outside of the game, which I thought was kind of interesting how they're approaching it.
We lost Jack.
We lost Jack. Sherry says, she's referencing Everything Everywhere All at Once. Someone told me to watch White Lotus, and she said it was really good. Yeah. I have a crush on an Italian prostitute from that show. She is so hot.
What show are you talking about?
White Lotus.
A White Lotus. Italian prostitute.
Your audio is not.
Your microphone is not selected, Jack. I think you're using your
headphone mic.
Headphones instead.
Yeah. But yeah, Last of Us started out pretty good because I was expecting kind of like a Walking Dead-esque type show.
Yeah.
But it's because it is. It's about zombies as well. But I don't think we really even saw but one or two in the pilot. It was because it's an hour and a half first episode, and the first 30 minutes is like a lot of them, like the virus hit, and then everyone starts to freak out, and then it skips 20 years later, and Pedro, of course, is doing a great job doing an American accent.
Your first name basis with him now.
Yeah,
he's from the United States. You know that, right?
Is he? I thought
he's literally from Rhode Island.
Isn't
he? He was in.
Well, he always kind of does this like
he's in Narcos.
Yeah, he always tends to do this Spanish accent, so I just assumed he was not American. Okay,
I'm pretty sure he's like from Rhode Island.
Okay,
that right now. I'm from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Sorry about the internet going out.
He's from
but at this time, I am going to take
Chris, you're
a commercial break.
You're from Rhode Island.
Pretty much.
Commercial break.
But like I enjoyed the pilot. I enjoyed the first episode. I'm definitely going to keep watching. And then the other show I watched, I knocked out in a day, was a Netflix series called Kaleidoscope, which is about a bank heist. And I gave it a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's definitely worth a watch if you have the time. You'll recognize a few actors that are in it. And
is it a movie or a movie?
It's a show. It's like a 7 or 8 episode show. And the reason why it's called Kaleidoscope is it's one of those where the episodes are not numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all done by colors. And so you can choose to watch it if you want to in chronological order, or you can watch it the way the Kaleidoscope is meant to be. So like the first episode is the normal episode where it's like, this is the premise, this is what we're doing. And then it kind of like skips after the bank robbery. It skips, 20 years before the bank robbery. You see like all these different characters and how they intertwine. And then
so
the last episode,
I have the choice so the viewer has the choice which way they go with it.
If you want to, like I could give you the list, the colors if you wanted to watch it in chronological order, but I just preferred to watch it the way they set it up of like
Yeah, that's what
going
I would
back
do.
and forth in time.
That is a pretty cool concept, though. Let's say, I mean, it's something different. Do they
Yeah.
still make kaleidoscopes? I mean, do kids play with those now?
I haven't seen one in years, but I'm sure
They were a big deal when I was a kid. I got my kaleidoscope.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, like I felt it had some weak parts to it, but for the most part, it was pretty good. Yeah, like I said, it's not one of those classics that you're gonna be like, oh, you got to go watch it. But it was good. It was entertaining.
Randy said the Broads talked about the kaleidoscope. I'm not sure who they are.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And then the other thing I just finished before we hit record was I watched The Menu, which was a movie that I was.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it, but it is fucked up. Yeah. And it's not for everybody for sure, because it starts the ball rolling with dark and it just stays dark, but I did enjoy it.
Is it just a murder movie, or is it?
No, like basically he Voldemort, Ralph, what's his last name? Fiennes? Yeah, Ralph Fiennes. He's just this famous chef, and he has an island where his restaurant is, and it's owned by, and it's just exclusive, and it's like $1,200 or $1,300 a head. And this particular night, is like just they all show up, and it starts off normal, and then he just slowly starts killing them, and it's explained why he's killing them.
I remember the previews of this now. That's why it clicks.
Yeah, and it's I
thought it was a comedy.
It is not a comedy. No.
Okay. All right.
But it's just. I mean, you understand why.
That's on Netflix.
No, it's on HBO.
HBO. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not for everybody for sure, but I enjoyed it. It's just, it's messed up.
All right.
I mean, nothing gory, nothing like, that you're gonna be like, this is gross.
Just a lot of people dying.
Just not necessarily even a lot of people dying. It's just, they're all pieces of crap. Like everyone that is there, and they're there for a reason. But the thing is that he is like a cult status chef, and so even all of his cooks, all of his staff are completely 100% loyal to him. So like they're all just fanatics, and it's weird.
Yeah, I saw the preview. Why did I think it was a comedy? Huh. I'm getting old. What the hell? I don't know. I got to get out.
So a quick bio update on Pedro Pascal. Born in Chile, came to the States.
All right. Okay.
There's no record of him being in Rhode Island, but other than a personal account of a friend of mine who actually like hung out with him back in like the early 2000s.
So he's from Chile. So we got to give Nick kind of an apology there.
Which is interesting because like he comes from a real interesting background.
I guess we're not going to get it.
I apologize in a weird, passive way.
I don't believe it. I don't feel the sincerity in that.
Nick, I am truly sorry for not 100% correct. Interesting story. He actually took his mother's last name, Pascal, in tribute to her. She actually died by suicide in 1999.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Yeah. So interesting story. So, like, he took the role for, what was it? Martell on,
Game of Thrones.
Thank you, Game of Thrones. So that was like in 2014, but he had like a bunch of like small parts before that. Never was really huge. And I remember like a friend of mine was telling me like how he like sat on a couch with him having a conversation about like how he was contemplating whether or not he was going to continue his acting career because all he had was these small parts and these small dinky little roles.
And you got to eat.
And then he.
But even Game of Thrones
he got called up.
Yeah, even Game of Thrones was a small role, but he did it.
But it opened the doors. It opened the doors for him. It really did.
He's great in Narcos.
Yeah, yeah.
And and then his other co-star in Last of Us is the girl from Bear Island in Game of Thrones, the little girl from the north. That was the North answers the call.
Right.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen the end of the what was it called?
House of Dragon.
House of Dragon, like 3 episodes ago. It's one of those things that I stop, I forget about it, and
get on it, Jack.
Forget about it. And my internet I can see the little thing. It keeps telling me you're low.
What the hell, Jack?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Why is my internet being better than your internet?
I don't know. Maybe I got your internet. I did go to the grocery store today, and God, the price of food.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I did too. $7 for a dozen fucking eggs, and I was like, you know what?
I mean,
you know what this means? This means I'm gonna quit eating eggs.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna buy a chicken.
I can't do it.
But we get these pizzas from Wegmans. They're the best pizzas. You put them in the oven. You cook for like 10 minutes. They used to be like 12 inches for $8, an $8 pizza. So he goes, "You want to have that tomorrow?" I go, "Sure, let's have that tomorrow." I go to get. I go, "All right, where are the big ones?" I go, "Wait, this is it?" Now they're like 8 inches, and they went up $2.
Yeah.
So it went up $2 and it's smaller. And Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah.
Because I buy them for the grandkids like a couple times a week.
Sure you do, Jack.
I get myself some too, but anyway, they got smaller and they're more expensive. I ordered, I didn't tell you I ordered 8 donuts, and it was like $13. I go, did you say $13? So I drive up to the front. I go, "What's a dozen?" She goes, "Oh, it's 14 something." I go, "Well, okay, can I just get a dozen?" Why am I paying 80 cents?
Are they hot? Are they sitting there like already pre-made?
Most of the donuts are the original glaze are hot, but they're like getting smaller and smaller, like a bag of the family size bag of chips. I go, "All right, where's the? This is the family size bag of chips. It's now $1 more. It's crazy." We went today and said, he goes, "I thought we're gonna." I go, "What did we spend money on?" Yeah. It was ridiculous how much.
I went shopping today too, and I didn't even buy any protein or anything like that because I'm getting some meal deliveries happening like one of those Blue Apron type things.
Yeah.
So I can kind of bang out a few dinners. So I didn't buy any proteins or stuff to prepare for dinner. I just bought all the snack stuff, the kid lunch stuff, and the basics. It came to $145. I'm like, I didn't even fucking buy anything. How is this $145? I literally bought nothing. I had nothing to show for it, and I was like, "This is bad."
It's our heat for our gas is usually pretty cheap. Our gas
it's super
expensive. I said, "How did we spend $170 last month?"
Yep.
It was only cold for a week. It's like, I don't know. It's just.
They're getting everybody. Yeah, they're fucking everybody.
Yeah, it's just
it's like usually before we podcast, I don't have time to make anything, and especially now I can't make anything. So I drove to Burger King. I just got the Whopper meal. That's it. Just the Whopper, onion rings, and a drink.
$14.
Yeah, it was $13.80 something. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like I said,
I try not to. The Whopper's a good burger.
It is,
no doubt.
Yeah,
but it's not no $14 fucking meal.
No.
If you're gonna spend $14, go to Five Guys.
Right. No, heck, that's 18 though. I went when where was I recently? I was outside St. Louis, or no, somewhere in that area. I was driving back either I was going to back for Tennessee or back here. And I went and I got the little bacon cheeseburger, Cajun fries, and a drink, and it was 18 something. I was like, Jesus what Christmas. The fuck?
Cindy and I went to Subway about a month ago. I got a foot long. She got 6-inch sandwich. We got chips and drinks. It was $32. I went, did she just say $32? I go, I'm sorry, this is not worth $32 because they barely put any meat on there. It's Subway. They got a guy in jail. So
it's all bread or cake.
Yeah, but it just, I go, I won't come to Subway again. That's ridiculous. That's $32 for a sandwich I could make myself that would be 10 times better.
Right.
But
yeah,
I get it. They're paying people more. The cost of everything is going up. So, but I'm not gonna keep paying it. Yeah, it's not even good anymore. That's the.
I'm looking forward to my raise this year because my boss gave me the wink this year because last year we all got screwed over at our company raise wise, but we hired 2 new people this year and we're about to hire another person, but I'm his only actual person under him, so I get all of the raise this year. I get it doesn't get divided, so I probably get a 6 or 7% raise.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, yeah,
nice. That's good for you.
Because if you're new, you don't get a raise.
There you go. So new people don't get raised.
Not your first year, especially if you've only been working for 5 months. It's like, why would you get a raise if you've been there 5 months?
Yeah,
and they get paid well anyway because these guys are like,
they're smart.
Yeah, they're smarter than me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't doubt that.
Yeah.
It's like Sydney. She's been having to drive an hour one way. Something happened at the rink years ago. A camera fell out of a window. I don't know if I can talk about the whole thing, but a camera fell out of the window. NC State used to record their hockey games, and they would have announcers and all this stuff. Somehow, a camera fell out of the window and hit somebody below. And so they settled with NC State, and now they're going after the rink. For a while, we were on the lawsuit. I mean, personally, I got to take your name off the house. I go, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But now they technically have taken us off. They could always come back after us anyway. But she's been driving back and forth. I feel so bad for her because I go, why do you have to be there every day? Because I'm the main person on the, and she has to talk to our former boss who we didn't leave on good terms. But she's handled it pretty well. I just feel bad for her because it's.
Chris. Wow.
Anyway, so it's one of those things where it's just like, but to drive an hour each way, I mean, they're paying for the car and they're paying gas for the stuff, but it's just like it's such a bullshit. I go, why do you have to be there every day? They said they put her up in a hotel, but she didn't want to stay there by herself. I can't be there because I have the grandkids, so it's like anyway.
The internet just kicked me out.
My internet kicked you out?
Yeah, it must be is that you kidding or are you serious?
I'm definitely kidding. I was trying to fix my camera and it's not working. I don't know why.
Anyway, so you got that to deal with. It's just hopefully it ends this week and we're done with it forever. And but she doesn't like it because the lawyer for the people suing, they're bashing her. I said, look, they have to do that. They have to make you look bad, even though you did everything right. It's just you have to. She goes, would you take it? I go, no, I'd probably get up and said, shut the fuck up.
Right.
I go, but that's why I'm not there because I'm not one to sit there and be bashed and keep quiet about it. So I said, you did the right thing. And there was testimony by someone we all know he didn't tell the truth.
Oh,
he kind of was, it hadn't been shown yet, but it was on video. And I'm a little pissed about that, but that's okay. That's okay. I roll with the punches. But anyway. That's life. That's what I'm going through right now. And the grandkids, of course, are just a pain in the ass. And the other day, my granddaughter, we went to McDonald's, came back, and she goes, do you have to go to the bathroom? I go, no. She goes, you're lying. I go, I don't have to go to the bathroom. It's not good to hold it. That's what her mom tells her. And I go, no, really, I'm good. If you have to go, go. She goes, I don't have to go. You have to go, and you're lying. And so she kept saying it over. So then she went home. She goes, then she tells my daughter, Papa was lying about having to go to the bathroom. He had to go and he wouldn't go. I go, look, kid, I'm old. If I have to go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom. I go, I don't have the luxury of waiting a few minutes to say, if I have to pee, I have to pee. That's part of life. So, but she was calling me a liar. And then when I was playing music and she's in the back, she goes, Papa, this music is too slow. I said, okay, we'll play something peppy. Oh, my grandkids, they kill me. They're fun, though.
For now.
But she's really into Frosty the Snowman. And she's still watching it. And that's my least favorite holiday cartoon. I hate Frosty the Snowman. I think he's a pedophile.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to go there. I think he's a pedophile. Happy birthday to me. He's naked.
I thought Rudolph was your least favorite.
No, I love Rudolph, but Santa's a racist. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, he, Frosty the Snowman, it's, and then Santa Claus comes and he basically blackmails the magician into making him give up his hat.
Right.
I won't bring you anything else ever again. And Santa Claus is a dick in almost every fucking movie. You notice that? But
that's why you guys see Violent Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that. It's a guy from Stranger Things, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
it's definitely you're going to be going, oh shit, a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
If you you like John Wick and Nobody, it's.
Well, I saw Nobody, but I've never seen John Wick.
Oh, really?
We were gonna go see that movie Babylon.
Oh, it's got horrible reviews.
It's like 3 hours long or something like that, and it was like Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, holy crap! I told Cindy, I go, it's like 40% from the viewers, the fans. Yeah. I go, no.
Oof.
No, that'll cost a lot in food.
You kind of wonder who her agent is, Margot Robbie. Yeah, because she's had that's what they're saying, is because she's had like 3 flops in a row, and I doubt Barbie's going to do any better. But
yeah, that seems like a weird movie.
Yeah,
but I just think the problem is that there's not a lot of movies being made, right? I mean, they're so expensive.
Well, I mean COVID basically killed a lot of the movie theaters,
right?
And then no one's going because, especially now, it's kind of like how no one was buying Blu-rays and DVDs anymore because it was going to come out streaming. It's the same thing for this as well. It's like, why? Because the Menu came out, I think, in November in theaters, and it's already on HBO. It's like, well, why even go to the show if it's going to be out for free in a month?
I know when I was a kid and HBO first came out, you literally had to wait like a year.
Yeah.
For the movie to come out on HBO, maybe 6 months to a year. Like on regular TV, it would be like a year. Like your big movies would come out on Sunday night. They'd have like Planet of the Apes, and then whatever movies were hit big in '69, those movies would come out on Sunday or Friday or Sunday night. But now, now like you said, they're out. I'm going to charge you next time to bring you back in. But these movies, they come, like you said, they come out. Why would I go to the theater? But I like there's something about going to the theater. I mean, I like going to the Draft House. But again, like some of these movies that are questionable, it's like, all right, I want to see it, but I'll just watch it. I'll just stream it because why am I going to pay, to go down to the Draft House like $60, $70 when you buy all the food? Mm-hmm. If the movie sucks, then it's like when I went and saw Little Women, I'm like going,
oh, the new. I still haven't seen the new one. I mean, I like the '90s one, so I was like, well,
it's all right, but it's boring.
Yeah, I mean, Little Women is kind of boring. I mean, it's got its moments that are good, but
yeah, I mean, it's about women, so why would it be exciting?
Yeah, but, I'm kind of like Joey from Friends. Like, how little are they? Are they like stupid little?
I'm just kidding, Chris. Lighten up, just like
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I saw your face.
Yeah, the New Englander down there is,
you always wear glasses when you're podcasting?
No, I just didn't put my contact lenses in today.
Well, you can't see us?
No.
I mean, I'm not wearing contacts. I can see you guys perfectly.
I mean,
you even wear the glasses. Oh, wait.
You rarely see Chris in glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was you. Okay. Yeah. You take the glasses. It's like Clark Kent.
Now he's Clark Kent.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the other. Yeah. Like Will Friday talks about how he's picky what he sees at the theater now. And I haven't even thought about Avatar. Like, it has no interest to me whatsoever.
Someone said it's made like $2 billion.
I don't know anyone who's seen it. So it's like, how is it making money? I have not talked to anyone who's seen it.
I think it's bullshit, don't you?
Yeah, just inflated numbers to prop up James Cameron, or maybe James Cameron's buying all the tickets. Who knows?
Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't go out anywhere, but I on the internet, I don't know anybody that's seen it.
The best review or the worst review I read of it was just turquoise vomit.
Oh.
But if it's made $2 billion, they'll keep making them.
Well, I mean, that's his goal, but it's the same, same old
Has a movie ever made $2 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, Avatar.
Okay.
I don't think
first one.
Yeah, I don't think it's beat. There's several that are in the billion range now, but I don't think it's in the top 5 yet.
Okay. All right. Because I remember when movies made like 60 million, it was like, it's a hit.
It's a hit. Yeah, I mean, that's technically nowadays. I think it has to break 80 million these days for it to be considered to be a success. But,
well, it depends on how much it costs to make. I mean, but most movies now are not cheap. Even independent movies are not cheap. because it's again, that's another reason why you're getting less movies. It's too expensive to make.
Right.
And TV shows, and that's why they have so many fucking reality shows, because they're easier and
they're
cheaper
so easy.
to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get Cliff, he'll edit them and
Yeah, there you go.
put them out. So,
Cliff likes to edit. We should have Cliff on the show tonight.
yeah, he probably would have joined. But he's a big deal now. His company got bought by a major studio.
Oh, did it get
Is
bought
that
by-
right?
Yeah. I won't say which, but
maybe I'll send him a message next week if Matt's not going to be here. Maybe we'll get Cliff on there.
Yeah.
The return of the what was his name? The
hybrid.
The hybrid.
The hybrid.
You take a water bottle and you hit her over the head.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, Cliffy.
Nope, I'm not doing that, Cliff.
But yeah, like me and him used to always go to the Grauman's and see the movies because it was like a good meeting point to go to the movies. But that's super expensive because it's 22 or 24 per ticket because you're in the big theater, and then you're spending at least probably 14 on popcorn, another 11 for your drink, and so you're spending $50 to go watch a movie.
$14 on a thing of popcorn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what their profit margin is on that? It's probably
$14.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
So you reminded me though. You reminded me about the popcorn bit. I told you guys how I'm going to Disney, right?
Yeah.
Or Florida.
Yeah. Disney World.
Yeah. So I'm going to Florida next month and bringing.
So I guess you can't record.
That would be correct. On that week, I will not be recording.
All right.
So it's my family's first time traveling outside of the state, really anywhere.
Really?
I mean,
That's right. Well,
like Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Because you finally got your ankle bracelet off.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the extent of travel that my kids are know is like going to Maine or going to the Cape, road trip. And we've never gone anywhere like on.
Are you driving or flying?
Flying.
You do. Okay. I do. Want
Spirit Airlines.
Like there is going to be a lot of
airline?
Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, as long as it's not Frontier. But
yeah.
Start the propellers.
Right. So we made plans to go, and we're staying off Disney. Like we're not on the Disney property because it's much money to do that. And my son is 3, so I'm using that as an excuse really because I would have loved to have gone to Disney for like 3 or 4 days, but we're not going to. It's because it'd be tough to have a 3-year-old kind of trail us through or whatever. So we had planned, and I got tickets for 1 day to go to Magic Kingdom, which I'm excited to go and bring my kids. I think it's gonna be a blast. Mm-hmm. But deep down inside, I'm like pissed. Right? I'm going all the way to Florida, and I'm not going to Galaxy's Edge.
I thought you were.
I was losing my mind about it. And so I actually pulled the trigger on it a couple of days ago, where I got
Galaxy
tickets.
Edge?
Galaxy's Edge is inside Hollywood Studios, and it's the Star Wars place, the Millennium Falcon, the different rides, and the whole night. So I pulled the trigger, and I got tickets for my daughter and I. So we're going to go to Galaxy's Edge after hours, which is, they do like 2 nights a month where they sell tickets for the park from like, you can get in at 7, but it technically starts at 9:30, but you can get in at 7. I know it's just some bullshit like time frame, whatever. But they keep the park open until 12:30. So everything's all nighttime. It's all lit up. They do fireworks and all that type of shit. So I'm going to take Emma to Galaxy's Edge the night before we fly back. Which should be interesting.
Are you gonna take pictures?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, never show them to your son. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, kid. But
you were too young.
I'm so pumped because that was the one thing I really, really wanted to do was go to Galaxy's Edge, and now we are. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And we're going at nighttime, which apparently Galaxy's Edge at night is like super cool because of like all the lightsabers and like all the lighting on the ships and everything looks super cool. And on top of that, I realized after the fact that when you buy the after hours tickets, It's free popcorn, free ice cream, and free soda. Like
Cool.
unlimited free shit. So I'm super excited for that. That's going to be kind of
nice.
like the cool Wednesday night before we come home.
So,
but yeah.
So if you can, Chris, build a lightsaber.
Of course I am.
Okay. Yeah. You have to find it.
I have to do it.
Yeah,
like,
this thing is though, you have to remember, like, no one is going to tell you where it is. That's what's crazy. It's because you're in, the First Order is overseeing it all. So like, if you're like, hey, where do I build a site? They're going to look at you like, oh,
so they don't help you.
They help you in some ways, but they're not supposed to, because it's like they're in character. And so it's one of those things like, we don't really condone Jedi business, like in all, or,
look, fuckface.
Yeah.
Tell me where it's at.
Where they go.
Tell me where the lightsabers are.
But yeah, definitely go, because that's an experience. And so if you're just building one, or if you let her build one, like, you can be there with her.
We're both gonna do it, and I'm just gonna like take my card. Don't tell me how much it costs. Just swipe it.
Yeah, just swipe it. I mean, really, when you think about it, though, because like you're basically just buying a lightsaber and you're giving them $10. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's fine. Like it's one of those things where like I'm not going to Disney World and like expecting to not fucking blow money. Like, I mean, like it's like going to the casino and expecting to come home a millionaire. Like, you can't do that. You have to go with an acceptable loss that you
this
can.
This is how much money I have.
Yeah,
I don't expect to come back with any. That's was my attitude every time I go to Disneyland and every time I go to Vegas.
And that's how you have to handle it. Like, and the way I look at it, we're not going to Disney World for 4 days. We're going to Magic Kingdom for 1 day. And we saved a boatload of money by not going to Disney properties, right? So we're just gonna have a good week, and I'm super excited to go to Galaxy's Edge. My daughter is like beside herself because like hasn't gotten fully jumped in the head first into the Star Wars world, but we're going to now. She's got a time limit, right? But she's just excited. She's just excited that, like, and as this cheesy as this sounds, like she gets to have some, special time with just her and I going to do something together. So she's like super stoked about that, as am I. So I'm pretty pumped.
I'm going to talk about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, like your fast passes, I know do not work for Rise of the Resistance, but you can pay for the fast pass for Rise of the Resistance, which I do recommend doing. I'm not sure what it would be like at night.
Well, that's it. I don't think they offer them at night.
Okay. But the Risers,
they sell only a limited amount of tickets for the entire.
When you go to the Magic Kingdom, get the new. I think it's Genie Pass or
Genie
whatever.
Plus.
Genie Plus, because we did that. Of course, when we were there, it first came out, and we had a 3-year-old and we had a 4-year-old, and I'm telling you, it was night and day. It was like I don't even think he was 3 yet, and we were literally walking you just walk all the way to the front. And other people are waiting 2.5 hours. We're waiting 10 minutes. And when you have young kids, it's a big deal. But your weather should be pretty good in February. It shouldn't be too. It won't be hot. But
it's freezing there this week. It's in the 30s.
We had that downpour when we went to Epcot. I talked about that. We were just soaked. I'm like going, can we just fucking go back to the hotel? I am miserable. But I didn't say it because, hey, I'm the grandpa. I'm supposed to be positive. I go, my shoes are just squishing with water squirting out the sides of it, because even though we had ponchos, we had jackets, it just was raining. So it's just blowing everywhere. I go, this is fucking ridiculous. What are we doing? Let's go inside. Let's go inside the shops to get dry.
You're getting your $150 of tickets worth is what you're doing, Jack.
I said, let's go. I said, go home. Go back to the hotel and come back at night. Which we did, but it was so cold at night that was that one time it was cold, and we were all getting sick from being wet. I'm like going, okay, I'm about ready to die. I'm about ready to die.
For being wet. That's an old wives' tale. You can't get sick from being wet, right?
No. Well, we all got sick. We all got sick.
From viruses and bacteria, not from being wet.
All right, got sick from Disney viruses. We all came back. We all did COVID tests. Of course, I didn't have it because I have super immunity. But anyway, I was going to say when you were talking about spending money at Disneyland and not being worried about it, I'm the type of person anywhere else in the world, I'm like going, how much is this? How much is this? Come on. I'm not cheap, but I'm
the one bitching about eggs. Are you kidding me? Like I'm absolutely that way. But you have to like when you go there, you have to just jump in. right?
Now my wife, she can't keep money in her hands for like 2 seconds. It's like
mine too.
I mean, she spends money like it's it's just the way she was brought up, and because her mom was the same way. But we go to Disneyland. We take the kids out every year. We take them to Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and all the places for a week. My wife would be like, "How much is that? How much is that? Do we have enough money?" I go, "We have enough." Because I literally had planned out how much we could spend every day. So when the kids asked, "Yeah, you can have that." Yeah, and we also told them you can't buy anything at the gift shops until the final day.
Yep.
Because that way,
No, my kid's not getting shit. She's getting a lightsaber. Like,
well, okay, that's something like
you
that.
hang up those fucking ears, you're getting a goddamn lightsaber.
My wife would just be freaked. How much money? I go, we're fine.
Yeah,
we're fine. I just don't want to run out of money. I go, we're literally fine. I go,
see,
we actually come back with money.
The difference between Amanda and Cindy is that my wife would never ask that question. Are we fine? She just keep fucking swiping away.
Well, see, back then we didn't have the swiper.
Yeah,
right.
You had you had cash, so it's like, I go, no, we're fine. I go, then we try to share a water, and then Jay would go, and he'd leave like this much. I go, you realize that was for all of us? He goes, oh, I didn't know that. So I go, okay, we buy a water for Jay, and then the rest of us would have water we could sip. But it was just like, I could never go in the desert with you, Jay. Jesus Christ.
I'll be stoked to hear what you think of the Rise of Resistance, Chris.
Oh man, I can't wait. I mean, unfortunately, I know what happens on it. Like I was actually.
Oh, you do? Oh man,
yeah.
I kept myself spoiler free, on that one.
Well, I was watching there's a couple different documentaries on the Disney Plus app where it's like you get the Imagineering story.
Well, yeah, you see scenes, but you don't actually know the ride, right?
No, it's true. I don't have the whole thing.
Yeah, I knew a few scenes. Yeah.
But watching how they made those things, like just the actual like engineering behind building those rides is fucking unbelievable.
What will blow your mind? I won't spoil you at all. But like the first thing you do is like you step into. Like the first thing you do is you step into this like transport ship that's just like on the ground. Like you're outside and you step into this ship and you're like, oh, cool. And then, it does like the typical like fair type ride where like you have a screen in front of you, one behind you, and it kind of like shakes a little bit, and you're like, this is bullshit, man. Like, and you think is this the ride? You have no idea.
Wait, Hollywood Studios is at Disneyland, the whole
World.
Disney thing, right?
He's going to World. Yeah.
You got to go in the rock and roll roller coaster, the Aerosmith roller coaster.
Oh yeah, that was.
Is that open?
It wasn't.
One of them is closing. Rock and roll roller coaster. Aerosmith.
But anyway, Chris, the whole time that's going, you think this ride's gonna suck, and then all of a sudden it's just like, like
I didn't go on it. We let our daughters and son-in-laws go on it. We watched the kids, so I didn't go on it.
No.
Oh shit! I'm gonna just get to go on it. It's closing on February 20th.
Why are they closing it?
They're doing a refurbishment for it. I guess
it was closed when I went too. Like I didn't get to ride it either.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite roller coasters.
I think I've been on it actually. I think I went. So there, I told you guys before. Like before, I worked for my current job. I was as a sales rep for Johnson & Johnson. I think we had a sales meeting down there. And on my last day, I pushed my flight back, and I did. What the hell? I park hopped. I went from Animal Kingdom to Universal and Epcot, all in one day. It was no, dude, it was awesome.
Animal Kingdom sucks. They have a great roller coaster.
I mean,
the rest of
you mentioned that twice now, but I think that I thought it was awesome. Like I had a good time.
This is the problem. The paths are too narrow. You're like running into everybody. You can't move around because it's so crowded. There's one good roller coaster. The stupid safari thing literally breaks your back as you're bouncing around in the thing. It sucks.
All right. Well, sorry you had that experience, Jack.
I highly recommend if you're going to go there, don't go there.
But then, anyways, so I also went to Epcot and I also went to Hollywood Studios in that one day. And I kind of just went like crazy. It was fun.
Hollywood Studios has a great like slushy thing. It's got you can put rum in it and all these different things. It's kind of nice. It's right by the Tower of Terror and the because Tower of Terror. Last time we went there, it wasn't open.
Well, it's no longer the Tower of Terror.
It's Tower of the Galaxy or like
Galaxy. It's Guardians of the Galaxy right now.
Yeah, it wasn't open. They were refurbishing it. It was bullshit. But yeah, they have a great. It's a rum and I got rum. I forget what it was, but it was quite good.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. And
anything better, I was watching the Jungle Kingdom.
I watched the Imagineering story with Emma on a bunch of it, so she's getting all pretty excited about doing this stuff too. So she says of right now she wants to do Tower of Terror, but I can guarantee you that she's gonna chicken shit out right before we go there.
No, it's a scary ride, but it's a great ride. There's YouTube channels you can watch, like Mouse Ears or something like this. My daughter watched them all, but I didn't like this one girl because I said, I guess she's just too pasty. She's got to put some makeup on her.
So I do believe that it's actually still the Hollywood Tower Hotel ride.
Really, with it hasn't Twilight
Zone?
Over.
Yeah, it hasn't changed over.
Then why was it shut down when I was there?
I don't know.
The only ride when I went to Disneyland in July that I loved is when I was younger, but hated as an adult, was Space Mountain, because when you're a kid, you have a lot smaller center of gravity, so being jerked around in the dark, you love it. But then as an adult, I'm sitting there going like, I'm gonna vomit. Get me off this fucking thing.
Being jerked around in the dark.
It's fun, in some context, but not all context. Yeah, I like the Matterhorn.
No, the Matterhorn problem is it's so old. Literally,
rickety, yeah. It's all just.
I mean, I get off of my back. I have a bad back anyway, so I get off and I go, I can't walk.
They did change.
I think I'm paralyzed.
When the last time you went, Jack, they had changed the Matterhorn. The sleds are more than what they used to be, where you're like, actually like a sled. Whereas in these are more. They have some pads, but it's not.
I saw something. The reason there's water at the end was to slow it down.
Oh.
Yeah, and speaking of water, Splash Mountain's going to be closed. That's being.
I'm not a big fan. I don't like getting
redone to be.
I don't like getting that water.
Yeah, it's closing down. They're going to make it the Princess and the Frog, I think.
Yeah, I don't like to go on those rides because I get up, especially early in the morning. I don't want that dirty water all over me. It's cold and.
Oh, and also, Chris, a tip: they do have lockers in Galaxy's Edge. So, like, if you buy a bunch of shit, you can put your stuff away and keep going. So,
lightsaber-sized lockers.
Yeah, like everything. I forget. I think it's in the area where you could
buy your stuff last.
I think it's in that room. Like, you go in there and you just like give them your lightsaber, give them everything, and then like, hey, and they'll give you a ticket.
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely do that. No doubt about it. Absolutely.
That's a great. We should do an RCD cast at Disney World.
Let's go. See if they can get it sponsored or just do it live right from inside the park.
I'm gonna call Walt tomorrow.
Yeah, call Bob.
Call Disney.
Yeah,
I'd like to come down and because those YouTube channels they make a lot of money just going around do this and do this and do this and that, go this ride. But most of the time
then you're telling people the secrets, and then everyone knows the secrets, and then it no longer is a secret.
Exactly. Like I said, that when we first did the Genie Pass, that it was like I said, it was people were looking at us like, where the fuck are they going?
Yeah,
because it was the old when you get the little ticket, a little VIP thing, whatever it was, Fast Pass tickets, and people look at what are they? Because no one knew about it. My daughter, because she watched all those YouTube channels, knew about it, and like I said, I go because I've always said I'd gladly play extra, not to have to wait in line for 2 hours.
Of course,
we were going to ride after ride, and you could. It wasn't one of these things where like with the Express Pass where you had to. Oh, I got my ticket now. Now I got to wait 4 hours for the next one. It worked the whole thing. Now you could pay extra for the the X. You pay a little extra for the rides you're talking about. But it like I said, when you have young kids, it's a must. I mean, I don't know how long the lines are now.
Yeah,
but we went on the Ratatouille ride or whatever it was. That was when it was
Ratatouille.
Rakakuni, whatever it is. It's pouring down rain. The line was like 2.5 hours long for the people in the rain, and they're only like 4 umbrellas people could stand under. We literally waited like 10 minutes. But of course, then you go in there and they spray you with water. I'm like going, come on, is this a cruel joke?
Well, and one of my coworkers was telling me as well that if you have the opportunity to do it, you can do it without kids or whatever. But if you do like Magic Kingdom at night after hours, it's amazing. They said, because with such a big park, after hours they only sell like a limited amount of tickets. He was saying like he was like at some points he and his wife were the only people on the ride. Nice. When they went. Like, and it was like they just went repeat rides. So I'm hoping, even though Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios is a bit smaller than Magic Kingdom, I'm assuming it's going to be a bit busier than that. But I'm still hopeful that
Well, I can imagine February can't be that short. Wouldn't be that crowded.
It's school vacation week.
Oh, school vacation. Oh, you're screwed.
Yeah. So, but the good part about the after hours, they only sell a limited amount of tickets just to make sure it's like
that's a cool thing. The after hours thing. That's nice.
Yeah. So pretty pumped.
You can get some oranges there right by the Tower of Terror. It's like the California part. They have oranges and all that stuff.
They have oranges in Florida too.
Yeah, predominantly in Florida.
They still make Sunkist.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunkist is still a thing.
I think the majority of oranges in our country come from Florida, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
California used to have a lot of oranges.
Yeah, no, Southern California has a lot of oranges. Yeah, but they're shitty. I mean,
when I was a kid, before they opened up, I think it was the 5. You have to go to the 101. You had to go through the orange groves, and you could literally smell the oranges when you're going there. Then they got the 5 and made it. Why would I go this way when it's faster to go this way? But
right, no, like Redlands, where I used to live when I first moved to California. That's all it is orange groves. But they're not. They told you that it's like these oranges are not for eating. You know, they're for juice or other things, but like they're not good to eat. I was like, oh, okay. So I assume it's like all Minute Maid, and they add the sugar to it or something.
So it's already frozen. Is that the thing? They have to squeeze it. They still make those things where you have to squeeze the orange out of the concentrate, and you have to.
Oh right, they still make those. Yeah,
they still make those. I haven't had that since I was probably, the kids were little. We'd get the thing, you squeeze it out, and make the orange juice. Add water.
Right
there you go, kid. What's better than Tang?
I like Tang. Yeah.
It's funny. A few years ago, I was getting the stuff to different flavor water, and I saw Tang. I go,
they quit making it actually. Yeah.
I loved Tang as a kid, so I go, this sucks.
No, that was good. That's the squirt bottle.
No, it was the actual crystals.
Oh, the crystals. Okay.
And you put it in there. I mix up. I go, this tastes horrible. But as a kid, I loved Tang because my mom would go, drink your Tang. You need the vitamin C.
Every grown boy needs Tang.
I said, okay, yeah, I do that. You do. But it was when I was a kid. It was the drink of the astronauts. The astronauts drink.
Right. Astronauts to the moon.
Well, if Neil Armstrong can drink Tang, I can drink Tang. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
That was a Coneheads reference, by the way.
I recognized it.
Okay.
We're from France.
We come from France.
Beldar.
Anyway, anything else we got going here? Anything else going on?
No, I'm fucking dying. I have the longest sickness that's not COVID. It's just pissing me off. Like I'm at the point now, just fucking give me a positive test so I can.
Oh, you have what I had. You have what I had.
It sucks, dude. Like I'm dying.
I had it for 2.5 months, and I'm now. It's safe to say I beat it. It's done. I haven't coughed. I've actually put on 5 pounds because I lost all that weight because I was just throwing up. And I didn't want to eat. I was like, I feel like crap. I don't want to eat. Cindy go, what do you want to eat? I go, nothing. Just leave me alone. I feel like shit. I don't feel like eating. But now I'm back. I feel great.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are you coughing?
Oh yeah.
The cough is the worst.
It sucks. At night.
If you're coughing at night, I'm serious. Put the Vicks on your feet.
Vicks vapor up on your toes. You're talking about
not your toes, bottom of the feet. Not your bottom of your feet, not your toes. You're doing it wrong. Put it on the.
I think you're doing it wrong by putting your feet. Like there's literally no biological reason whatsoever why that would help your cough.
It works. I'm telling you, it works for me.
I mean, it works for me when I put it on my chest.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
So many
I don't know who
dirty
you are.
thoughts there. But, yeah.
I put it on my chest.
Yeah.
Rub my chest with some
steamer
Vicks.
on my chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it up for KG. Give it up for me. Sorry, that was a little Tenacious D interlude. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
That was nice. That was exciting.
Yeah. I mean, my throat's been scratchy the last couple of days because I'm in 50-degree house, and then I'm not sleeping with my humidifier, so I'm going to sneak my humidifier into my neighbor's house tonight and sleep with it because it's just so dry.
Wait, what? You're sleeping at your neighbor's house?
Yeah, I can't sleep here. There's no heat, no
Well,
water.
you didn't tell us you're sleeping in your neighbor's house.
Yeah, my neighbors are cool. Like they have like a whole separate level. It's like their guest house in their house, and so I have a side entrance. I just walk in, go down, and bed and shower and a kitchen. It's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna stay there too much longer. I don't want to overstay, But yeah, it's nice.
The wife's probably going, is he ever gonna leave?
No, they're super chill.
That's pretty cool. Are they older people, or are they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the youngest person by at least 20 to 30 years in this neighborhood. They're probably in their, I'd say they're probably like early 70s.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's some good neighbors because you don't get that nowadays.
No, I mean, because I had text her first, because I knew that Terry's her name, that she would respond, when I wasn't sure what was going on, and she's like, "Oh, because
she thinks you're hot."
Yeah, it's just what I want. Anyway,
you're single.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Nancy.
Yeah, but she immediately
Nancy.
Nancy.
Don't do drugs.
I love a good silver
Just
vixen.
do Terry.
Don't say no.
Yeah, they offered to let me stay in their guest level of their home, and I thought originally I'd be there like 2-3 days, and I've been there a week now. And,
wow!
But like I said,
do they feed you?
They fed me twice. But most of the time I just make something here, and
you don't wake up and go, "What are you guys doing in my room?"
Right.
I've had like 4 jokes that I've just decided to not use.
No, tell us.
And honestly, I think I'm probably a better person for doing that.
No, tell us the joke.
I'm maturing.
We're not going to get to Disney. We're not going to be able to do a podcast from Disney World if you don't tell the joke.
Yeah. But if this was Matt telling the story, like we'd be pulling triggers right and left.
Oh my god, I know. Well, I was gonna say. So if you
no. Anyhow, but yeah, like they're cool, and like I'll probably give it the rest of this week, and then after that, like
I hate it when the dentures come off. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the private chat.
I'll call the adjuster and be like, "Hey, time to put me in an apartment."
So your heat's not working because of the water leak?
Yeah, because I have an old boiler radiator system.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's the one that burst, right?
Yeah. So like we did have I had 2 water pipes burst, but also the old floor. The old floor, wants to go along the edge of the wall, and so the pipes are on the outsides of the wall, which they no longer do anymore because they'll freeze, and that's exactly what happens. So there's like little breaks in these smaller heating pipes.
I'm listening to you, but Chris,
no, I got you.
Like 2 years ago, me would have said that one out loud, but I'm not going to say that.
But now you've matured more. You got 2 kids.
I've matured. Yeah,
you got to set an example.
I've got glasses now.
Exactly. You have to be prim and proper. I'm sorry, my chair squeaks. I can't help it. It's an older chair.
Get some lube on that thing.
All right, this is probably a good place to stop the show because it's not going to go anywhere better than right now.
Anywhere in a better place. I can take the private chat and post it. What you said?
Nope.
There's
That's
no
why
way.
it's private, Jack. That's why it's
I
private.
could copy and paste it and put it in there, but nah, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I'm good. Do we know what Dave? We tell listeners what we're recording next week.
Oh, let's have a look.
What? Oh, what day? Oh, it doesn't matter. I know I have a demo on Tuesday and one on Wednesday, I think.
So my work schedule
shouldn't
is
be a
actually fairly standard, or it's not standard, fairly regulated.
No, I can't not hear this cheap chair squeak.
I think Wednesday will be fine.
I'm not working in my normal store right now, so I'm
still at the other one.
Yeah, reopening up our store that was shut down for a while.
You can join Miami Mike and I tomorrow as we discuss the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Crackpot Sports. Link will be on Facebook and Twitter. Join us live at 9:30 p.m. as we see who. I already got one loss because I picked I picked Minnesota. I didn't want to because Minnesota, they're either good or they're not. Fucking, I don't understand quarterbacks. It was 4th and 8. Why do you throw it 4 yards? You need 8 yards for a first down. Why do you throw it 4?
Right.
Anyway.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is good for me.
Okay.
We can't see what you're doing.
No, I'm just putting my phone back up.
He's put his phone back
okay.
up.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you guys pick a day. I'm good any day.
Probably going to go with Wednesday, but we'll see.
See you then.
All right. So people listening at home, Wednesday could be the day. Wednesday night we'll be ready to go. I'll put up a link in that. You guys like this new one? I was going to put names by, I was going to put but I didn't like either. I didn't want to be a chicken. I didn't want to be meat. And I didn't want to be sausage. So
what does Terry like?
Who?
What does Terry like?
Arby's.
With the special sauce.
Yeah, she's definitely kind of a sausage gal.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, get over here, baby.
Fucking hit end before something bad happens.
But anyway, that's all we got. We'd like to thank our patrons. We thank all our patrons, but we're gonna thank We're gonna thank God, fuck this. We're gonna thank Eckhart Rickner Glaffeler, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed the Creepy Letter Carrier. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everybody who listens to us and joined us live. Sorry we scheduled this on Cowboy night, but this was the only night that Nick could record, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it's like we knew we missed last week because there were some certain things that happened, and unavoidable, and we didn't want to make Terry unhappy, so we decided to come back Monday night and record. But anything else you guys want to add?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Hasta luego and goodbye.
See ya.
Bye, Terry.
We'll be there in a few minutes.
Yeah.